Hello guys. It's been a while since I recorded a video. I actually tried to do this a couple of times. Um, and it's not easy, you know. I'm used to write the columns, tag columns and posts. That's what I mean by columns. Um, and writing is very different than recording a video because it's just a different set of skills. But I want to try. And today I want to talk to you about video games. So let's see how this works out. You tell me if you like this video, if you want me to record more of my thoughts, or not. So, okay, let's start. The game I played now that I just finished yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday, was Firewatch. I'll try to link in the corner, I guess this corner, about this game, which got pretty good reviews. It was an interesting game to try. A couple of people that I read online said it was amazing, good character development, good plot, which drew me in, and I decided, you know what, okay, let's try it out. So I went ahead, I shelled out 20 bucks because that's how much the game is on Steam, and I played it. The game picks it start kind of slow, but the story picks up a little bit, and then you just you kind of dive in. One thing I can say about this game is pretty immersive. The experience is pretty immersive. Graphics are great, fantastic. But the game ended up being a pretty big disappointment. And the problem I had with it was that the story never amounted to the reviews people say it is. People say like, wow, it's amazing, you have to try it, the story, this, to that. Not really, you know. I mean, it wasn't that amazing of a story. Yes, it is interesting. Yes, there are a couple of things going on, but it's almost as if the developers or the programmers, whoever made the plot for this game, kind of ran out of steam. Like they had these different ideas, they kind of went in different tangents that were interesting, but none of these tangents, these fronts, really picked up. It all kind of like clashed down to a cliche or like a make-believe thing, and it almost felt like, as not just this game, it happens with any games, where the developer is basically saying, you know what, this is 20 hours, we have to cut here, here's a shortcut, blah 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 blah, game over. So you spent like, I don't know, 10 hours playing, building the story up, and then like you reach here, you get it, and then one story and everything ends. And it also ends on a pretty like boring kind of like, is that it kind of thing, or kind of makes you go like, huh? The game just finished, and you kind of feel like there's chapter two. Maybe they're developing, maybe there's going to be a sequel. I don't know. Um, which is bad on the front that they're not really selling enough of a game to try to sell us another game. If I'm shelling out $20 for this, which is not a lot. I know games out there costing 60 bucks or more, but and this is 20 after discount, but I never got my $20 worth. So what's with the rest of it? Again, people can say my expectations are too high, but that was Firewatch. It's not the only example I have. Another game I purchased recently before it was This War of Mine. Again, a great promise of an idea of a world. Kind of dark, kind of drew me in. It was interesting. I thought, here's something different, kind of like a survival game. And then I played it. And you know what? Again, I got really disappointed because there is not a lot to do in this game in terms of a game. It's kind of like, yeah, on the surface, like you have all these, you have people, you need to take care of them, and you have different choices to make, but it's kind of like linear, and you only have really limited choices to do. And as you do them, the game doesn't really lead anywhere. Yes, the atmosphere is depressing, which is interesting, depressing in a good sense, it's dark. Um, there is like a story there to be told, which I was never told, by the way. I don't know, maybe if I continue playing it, but I didn't try. Game never really picks up. as a game. There is nothing really game-ish about it. It's just like point and click. You have one option out of three. Go ahead and do that. Disappointment. Again, I didn't pay that much for it, but okay. So you might say at this point, well, I only pick on games that are like not, like kind of like niche games or out there. What about a really amazing game? Well, I tried to play Witcher 3 for a little bit. And again, I didn't get disappointed. I got pissed. I got annoyed. Why? Because the game has such a great promise, such an open world, such a story, a lot of things going for it. It's really an illusion. I played this game, I started up 3 times. Doesn't matter what you do, what dialogue you choose, where you go, you kind of have to go the same way. It's kind of linear when it comes to the storyline. Yes, it's a huge open world, there's side quests, you can do a million and one things, there's a lot to explore, but the main story only goes one way. And the one way goes through pretty much fighting and kicking ass. Now, there are several ways to do it. I guess you can fight creatures, you can cast spells, but the point is that I remember the point for me that was like, okay, now I'm angry, was when I forgot the name of this monster. You find a monster at the well. It's one of the first quests. It's I just forgot the name of the monster. I'll have to look it up. But that's like basically a ghost that died on a wedding night. Her fiance left her, something tragic like that. And you go into a well, you find her ring, you find you find her remains, and you do something with it, and then you summon the spirit. And I was thinking, great, now I can let the spirit go. Well, no, you just get the chance to summon the spirit so you can fight it and kill it like anything else I could find in the game, besides like people you're trying to help. Any monster you're trying to kill and destroy. I know people would say like, well, you're the Witcher, your point is you're killing monster. Yeah, but it would be nice if there's other ways to do this. What happens in the world around that I really want to explore beyond this just villagers keep repeating the same lines and the same, chatter and the same atmosphere. And yes, there is a story to be told, but the problem with Witcher is that you're handed like an open world. They tell you it's an open world. Go explore, and it's not. It's a story. So sell it as a story. Let me play as a linear story, and I'll do just that. Um, Again, I didn't enjoy that game. Not every game I play absolutely suck. Actually, some of the Telltale games that I played, I really enjoyed. Um, but it's like it's just that it's becoming harder and harder to pick up a game that I will enjoy. And when I find something I want to try, for example, I was interested in giving Doom 2016 a chance just because I want an action game, shooting game. It costs so much money, like around 50 or 60 bucks, that it makes me feel like no, because I'm going to play the 20 or so hours and then I'm going to put it aside, right? I don't think Doom 2016 has a really big multiplayer mode, and even if it does, I don't know if that's what, I don't get enough value for that. So people can say, yeah, this is how much game costs, 60 bucks, you buy it and that's it, and you enjoy it. I'm like, I don't know, I have better things to do with my $60. So of course, people say, okay, so don't buy a game. And this is exactly where I'm getting with this. This is where I basically get the point, where it's, you know what, I think I want to take a break from these things. There are 2 games that I have installed on my computers that I'm playing today, and I've been playing for a while, and I enjoy. Company of Hero 2 and Hearthstone, which I enjoy. Both of these have very different formulas. I won't get too much into them. But the point is these games are very worth the value. Company of Heroes cost me money at a time, but I've been playing it for hours upon hours upon hours. So that's fine. And then Hearthstone is, as you may know, is free. It's a fun game to play. But besides this, I am kind of done trying. And I think I'm going to try to go ahead just to see what would happen if I just don't play or try to get into new games for like a week. It's been a sport of mine trying to get into new games. I'll try to really reduce my playing hours, my gaming hours, playing hours. I don't know what will happen. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up that promise, because honestly, video games have been a huge part of my life growing up. I've been building PCs and learned how to build PCs just because I was obsessed about gaming. It's a big part of my life in a way, but I kind of feel like I reached a point where I just don't care anymore, and I'm starting to waste money, which I don't have, on games. So I'm gonna give it a week, and I'm gonna see what happens. I'm just curious to see what happens after a week of not playing games. Okay, so this was also my first video. If you guys want to leave any comments, go ahead. Um, Sorry if this is a little bit choppy, scripted, looks a little bit weird. I'm just still learning the ropes. Mostly I write posts. I'm not used to videos. So I'm just trying something different, see how it feels like. So yeah, leave me comments, let me know what you think, and see you guys later. All right.